So fly high, fly low. I can't tell certain people, especially some of my family members, that I don't have money. And why would they think that I'm rich? If I was rich, I wouldn't be living like this. Oh please. I just did a video about not being able to afford food. But whenever they say I'm the rich auntie, I just claim it and declare it. I have a nephew who says I'm rich because I travel around. Oh Lord, poor thing. He must grow, he might learn. But I just say, okay, yes, I'm rich for real. I'm rich. I'm taking it all. Oh, I feel it. I'm so rich. Anyways, this video is about how rich I was not working a 9-to-5 and how I did that. So before I go into what I was doing, I just want to declare that the richness doesn't have to do with money. So please do not send me any money to borrow any money or beg. It was peace of mind and freedom. Of course, I also made money. Not a lot to talk about, but we'll get into it. So if you are overseas and you're planning to come back to Jamaica, I would recommend two things. One, get yourself a Wise card. The Wise card affords you the privilege to have different accounts in one place. It's not a bank, it's an online money transfer business. Google it and you will find out all about what Wise is about. It was formerly TransferWise. I've been using it for over maybe 4 years and I haven't had a problem. You can use it at your local ATM. You can use it to transfer money to other people and you can get paid, which was the main reason for getting that Wise card. No, I don't think it was the main reason. But anyways, why I said do it before you leave wherever you are living now, if you are someone living overseas and you're thinking to return to Jamaica, because it's more difficult to get it in Jamaica. As a matter of fact, I'm not even sure if they're issuing to people whose residence or address is Jamaica because of the whole thing with the scamming. You know, the good suffer for the bad. I have received my updated card because the one that I had was expired, to show you how long, because those usually last for like 4 or 5 years, right? And I received the updated one at the post office here in Jamaica. So once you do it and you have it. And to be honest, I haven't had any issues with them so far. The rates are so good. Even when I get paid through PayPal, I just transfer to that card and I'm good to go. I can use it locally at the supermarket, and as I said before, I tried withdrawing money from the ATM for the first time and it worked. Of course, the bank charge, but Wise itself give you like 2 transactions per month, and then after that they charge you a low rate. Of course, you need to do some form of verification and so on to get certain accounts, because for my Turkish account I had to do a lot of verification. And yes, I opened a Turkey account. So in the Wise app, you have an app and you have a physical card. So in the app, you see all your transactions just like you would for a regular bank. And also what they do is give you what they call jars. So you can open different jars for different transactions. So I do have a Japanese jar, Canadian jar, Australian jar, US, of course, Great British Pound, and I had to open the Turkey one for my Turkish student. Yes, girl. Yeah, look, a girl from Spanish Town. Yeah. Look at nobody. I have students all over the world. Let me tell you all. Alright, so this is pointer number 2. Get the Wise card. If you need more information about the Wise card, put it in the comment below. So before I go further, I want you to stop and subscribe. I'm giving you this information for free and subscription is free. You subscribe? Good. Like the video now. Like the video, else me not. You never like the video. Like the video or else me not gonna further. Alright, very good. And don't take off back the like. It will send my video out and I want to blow up before the end of the year. I'm declaring it in Jesus' name. And you know, on that note, since I started posting consistently, I have seen my YouTube revenue triple. But I'll speak to that in another video. As me say, I don't know all about money, so don't come look for me. Back to what I was saying regarding being able to teach online. I use a platform called Preply.com, and Preply, I'm advertising for them, you know. I want them to see the video here and sponsor me. My first sponsorship brand deal. Hey, I will put something I declared in a video here, you know. Manifest. Anyways, back to what I was saying. Oh my gosh, I can't take myself serious. All right, so when I was in Australia, I started using Preply. It's an online platform where they teach languages, not just English, but Spanish, French, and other languages. Of course, I signed up to teach English as a foreign language or as a second language. With Preply, what you do is create a profile and you just start getting paid. There is a drawback to that, and I'm going to tell you in a moment. But what I did was to sign up my origin as Australia. And so when you go on the Preply app, you see me and an Australian flag beside my name instead of a Jamaican flag. I thought the origin meant where you were at the time, but it's like if you're a resident in the country or you were born there. So if you're a resident in a country or you were born in a country, you put your country there and then the flag comes up. It was very interesting for me, and a lot of students gravitated towards my profile because of that. They were like, a black woman in Australia teaching English, I want to know what it's all about. So a lot of persons reached out to me, students that is. I had adult students, mainly adults. I had a few children from like Colombia, but of course it was mainly adults who wanted to have conversation. We call them conversationalists. Just to talk in English, just to get more exposure to the English language. And so I had students from all over the world, Italy, Israel. I had students from Australia who were Colombians and Brazilians and Mexicans, and of course my Turkish students, so sweet, love her so much. Canada. My Canadian student wasn't an ESL student, but that's another story. When you do these things, sometimes they open doors for you outside of the app. You can, once you establish a relationship with your student, you can continue with them, right? Anyways, as I said, that's another story. I'm not telling too much of my business. Just know so the rich is not coming yet. It'll come. All right, so the Preply app, you sign up, you create a profile, and they ask you also to do like a video recording, like I think it's like a minute or 30 seconds about yourself. And so people were intrigued by the fact that, oh, I lived in Australia and I lived in Japan, so they wanted me to teach some. I even had an Australian student who wanted me to help him with English because he wanted to travel abroad to teach English himself, but he was from Italy originally and moved to Australia at 3 years old, so he felt not so confident with the English language. So I helped with that. I helped some of my Swedish students with IELTS exam. I also had a student from a small town in Europe, I don't really remember the name of it, helped her with her exams as well and her resumes, and she moved on to Australia because that was her dream. So the students will gravitate towards you for different reasons. So if you sign up on your origin is America, and certain flags, like it's the reality of the world, certain flags give you better traffic. I just say go. We just know that we gotta work 10 times harder because we were not born into certain countries and certain nationalities, and whenever we go spoon in our mouth. But once we say we are push out, we are push out. Yes, I'm gonna push out, I'm gonna get the student them, you know. And I'm telling you, that's what I was doing. The only thing is that so there are two things, two drawbacks. So the first one is all the trial lessons are 100% commission free. So the app takes all the money that the students pay. They don't give you a dollar, and that can be demotivating because you're having students signing up for trial lessons and you don't even get 20 cents out of your hard work. I wouldn't say luckily, but I would say I was blessed enough to have most of my students, if not, yeah, I even got super tutor at one point. Super tutor is when you have a certain amount of trial students signing up for long-term lessons and all of that. And yeah, so most of my students did sign up after the trial lessons. They liked me and they decided to study with me, and that's how I would get my commission. The commission, no, it's like on an hourly, it's a whole hour based time frame. It's not a get rich quick scheme. So if I that you listen for, you can click off from no. And so you start off with the trial lessons, then I think you have to work up to 50 hours in order to get 50% commission, and then you work 30 hours to get 20. I don't remember, but it was hour based time. What I'm saying is that you won't get all the money all at once. You won't get 100%. Because I was living the way I was, I could do it. But if you're going to do it, if you have children and you have a family, this may not be for you. It's just like a side gig. You can start it, because over time you build your client and your student base, and then you can see yourself making a lot of money. There's also the option of having like group classes. They call them, I think they call them group parties, language parties. You can host those and you charge more. Different things, but you know, everything take a bit of time. So that was one of the drawbacks for me. The other one was the time difference with some of these countries. Of course, I didn't mind. It's just that it was daunting sometimes to drop myself out of bed at 2 a.m. to meet my student, to wash my face, brush my teeth, all right, put on my wig, throw away the bonnet, put on like a shirt, pajama bottom. Hi, how are you? I sleep and bust me. I remember there were days when I book one night because I had back-to-back lessons from 2 to 4, no break. That was cruel, but of course it was good that I was finished working at 4 or 5 a.m. and I could just go back to sleep, get it back whenever I want, and go about my business. So when you're there working, you're 9 to 5, I was done working at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. and then we can explore like 10 o'clock on the road. So that, it gave me the flexibility and the freedom, and that's what I love. I want my time to do what I want to do. Yes, who doesn't want that? So those are two of the things I'd like to share with you. It's also good if you have experience, so people trust you more, because remember, there are over 20,000 or more tutors on the app. So they literally go through and they're like, I don't want her. I even remember one of my students was an Australian, no, one of my students was I think a European, and she wanted to go to Australia, but she wanted just a few lessons to get familiarized with Australia. Another student signed up because she wanted to hear the Australian accent. I could help her with some of the slangs and some of the way they speak, which is usually so funny. I can't forget my Colombian student. We usually laugh at them. We're like, yeah, mate, how you doing, mate? But yeah, I could help her with some of the slangs, but of course I couldn't help her with the accent. So those are some of the things, you know. One of my younger students was a Colombian living in Australia, and she was preparing, her parents were preparing her to go to an Australian school. Oh Lord, that little girl. It was so much fun. It was so much fun. I still do keep in touch with a lot of my students on Instagram and so on, and every now and again they might say, Katie, can we have a lesson? Because they want to catch up, you know. Because as I said, it's conversationalist, so we just talk. And lots of them were disappointed when I got this job, and I said, oh, I'm sorry, the job as a teacher, if you haven't watched my previous video, you can watch it to get up to speed to what's going on. And they were like disappointed because they were like, oh, what am I gonna do? And for a while I was trying to juggle it, but then this job is very demanding, so I can't juggle it so well unless they're available on weekends, and a lot of them are not, or were not. They were usually available like after work, which is, you know, early morning for me. things like that. But I do have a few students who are looking forward to me coming to visit them. Like my Turkish student, she's ready. She was like, I thought you were coming on Christmas, we can prepare the regular the traditional Turkish breakfast. I'm like, girl, I'll be there, but just not this year. It opened doors of opportunities, so you may not make millions from it. And I love interacting, I love talking to people, so it was okay for me. As you can see, I'm speaking to a camera as if I'm talking to you. I'm actually talking to you. Love you so much. Thank you for watching. I'm going to stop the video here, but if you want to know more about it, leave your questions in the comments below. Also check out the description box for my book and my courses and all of those nice lovely things and other videos that I have done in the past. And support. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.